Welcome to Our Community, Our Money, the entrepreneur in you. My name is Jermaine Washington and I'm your host. Today's show is about how the Office of Student Innovation was created under the Entrepreneurial Initiatives Department. This will be a very interesting show and a great resource for entrepreneurs and students. I would like to welcome Maya Durnovo and Ravi Brahmbhatt to the show today. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here today.
Well, thank you for having us.
So today we're going to talk about the Office of Student Innovation. And I would like to ask you, Maya, how did all of that start? How did it begin?
Well, the beginning of the entrepreneurial journey at Houston Community College really began with a business plan competition on the northwest side of Houston. That was really the beginning. We started with a business plan competition. We developed our first Center for Entrepreneurship. On the basis of that work, we won the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Business Initiative. And then on the basis of that work, we won a grant through the Department of Commerce for the Minority Business Development Agency. So we had a lot of initiatives and activities for small businesses. And then all of a sudden it occurred to us, my goodness, we need to start serving our students. So Ravi joined the staff really initially to develop a curriculum for entrepreneurship and innovation and social entrepreneurship. So he came for the first year and worked on that curriculum, which exists to this very day. And then we started having discussions about we need to start having activities for students. And that gave birth to all kinds of events and activities to really get HCC students engaged in entrepreneurship and to start thinking about solving problems and solving issues. It's good to start a business, but it's also really wonderful and creative to think about solutions that we need for our society.
Absolutely.
Right.
Oh, wow. So how did you get Ravi on the team? How did you meet him and bring him on board?
Well, actually, Ravi applied for a position with us to develop initially the curriculum, and he did that for a full year. He did a terrific job. And then we started talking about activities for students, and in the middle of that, Ravi realized that we did not have an app for students to use on the phone, and he went ahead and developed it. So we showed that to the administration. They were very impressed with it and said, oh, we've got to keep this guy. So we put together a job description, and the rest is history. Yeah.
So speaking of that, you're now the director of the Student Innovation and Entrepreneurship Center. So how do you promote all the different activities that you have? Like, what method do you use to promote these activities and get the word out about the wonderful things you're doing?
So really, the biggest way we promote this is through word of mouth, right? We do have students that take part, and then they go out and tell other students about it, and then they bring in their friends. In addition to that, we've really tried to utilize social media and Twitter, Facebook, but in reaching out to people, letting them know this is existing, this is happening, and then asking them to take part in it. So that's, there's no rocket science there. It's just putting the effort in.
But you also have 2 student clubs, right?
Wow.
Student clubs.
Tell us about that.
Yeah.
So that also helps. Them again telling other people. So it's a little army of people going out and getting more people. So it's all word of mouth.
So it's word of mouth. Do you utilize any type of social media? Do you get the word out via your web page? I mean, what other methods have you been using?
Yeah, so we do have a website through hccs.edu/small-business. We have a subsection in there for SW-entrepreneurship. And so that's one platform that we use to promote our events and workshops and our competitions, but then we also email out flyers and for competitions, information for it to the student body, through the clubs, through faculty and staff at HCC. So it becomes sort of just every event has a unique way we market it. So, but the goal is not them to be aware of it, but also them to figure out a way to engage them into the program. So it's different every time, but
Okay. So what's the future? What are you guys looking forward to the future for this department? What opportunities are you trying to reach and new things
So
you're
well,
trying
we've
to do?
done a lot with the Houston business community. We've got a lot of partnerships. We've got a lot of collaborations moving forward. But we haven't done as much internally within our own community college community.
Yes.
So that's really going to be our focus next year. So we're going to do more things with students, but also trying to get faculty and staff involved, because we know we've got faculty that are not only interested in entrepreneurship, but probably have their own businesses. And likewise, we've got several staff members that have started participating in our events. So we really want to engage the college community more.
That's a new horizon. First
That's
you did the
an-
students,
right.
then you're doing the community, now you're bringing in the internal staff.
Right,
That's
right.
wonderful. So would you both tell me a little bit about your backgrounds in entrepreneurship and why you chose this field to help businesses and students and things like that? I'll start with you, Dr. Maya, excuse me.
So I didn't really choose this field. In a way, I began the entrepreneurial journey because I had an opportunity to write a grant for the previous chancellor, who had an innovation grant. And the idea for that proposal was to put together a Center for Entrepreneurship and develop the business plan competition. Well, when I won that grant, we started developing the work. And then as a result of that, I wrote another grant to get the Goldman Sachs program, and then it was another grant. So it was really the grant writing process, but it led me into this work, which has really been really interesting and engaging, and really we're at the forefront because so many other colleges across the country are now putting together entrepreneurial programs.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. What about you?
My path's never been very clear to me. I've just woke up and found myself in a spot. But my entrepreneurial journey really started in my teen years. There was a problem I was having, which I wanted to retire my parents, and I couldn't because I had to work more hours at the pizza shop that I had a part-time gig at. But the challenge was, how do you make more money and also go to school to finish and get your degree? At one point, I realized that you can't work by the hour. You had to come up with a solution that if you can help others and then you're not tied by the hour, then money will follow. So in short, after my first startup and then a few other entrepreneurial ventures, I've just been engaged in this for a while.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Durnovo, Maya, and Ravi, for being here with us today on the show. Everyone also needs to know that she's the executive director of this show, and this show is being made possible because of you, Maya, and we want to thank you for that.
And thank you for the wonderful role you're playing.
Thank you. So, as I said, after the break, Ravi will be returning with Mr. Robert Ramirez to discuss student competitions and hackathons that were created to help students. Also, I want to remind everyone to check our Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses program that is under the Entrepreneurial Initiatives Department. They will be having new cohorts in 2019. You can get all of the information on this program at our website, which is www.hccs.edu/smallbusiness. This program continues to move forward towards its goal to help 10,000 small businesses. See if you qualify. We will be right back.
HCC. So many reasons, so little tuition. Register today at hccs.edu/now.
Did you know that Houston Community College has the largest enrollment of online community college students in the United States? Hi, I'm Paul Calhoun. The HCC Online College proudly enrolls over 20,000 students. We offer more than 30 online degree and certificate programs, as well as online student services, including admissions, advising, counseling, and technical support. HCC Online College, anywhere, anytime. For more information, visit our website, hccs.edu/online.
I don't know an industry today that doesn't rely on some amount of coding to run their business. Coding is the 21st century equivalent of the English language. And our particular flavor of this is the iOS Coding and Design School. And Apple's been very supportive and in fact joined with us to roll out the start of this Swift programming initiative. So it's a great opportunity to combine creativity with science and technology, contributing to this app economy.
HCC. So many classes, so little tuition. Register today at hccs.edu/now.
Welcome back to Our Community, Our Money, the Entrepreneur in You. I would like to welcome back Ravi and also Robert Ramirez to the show. Thank you for joining us.
Of course.
Joining the conversation. So Ravi, I just want to start with you and ask you, how did you start with student competitions and the hackathon?
So, as Maya mentioned earlier, we just made this curriculum, and now we're trying to find pipelines of students to go start getting into this. Actually, it was Maya's idea to do the competition. In fact, she had attended a conference, and someone had suggested that she should run a competition. So I was there. We had just passed the curriculum. I had some extra months in my contract. I said, okay, what can we do? And we ran the first one, and it was very successful. And that was the...
What type of competition was the first one?
It was the elevator pitch competition, we called it, and then we renamed it to Idea Pitch Competition, and now it's currently Ideas Pitch Competition.
Ideas Pitch Competition.
We ran it citywide. Originally it was just HCC students, then we made it HCC and alumni, then we made it HCC, high school, college, university, across the city, because our partners started to come in and they loved seeing what we're doing with this stuff.
Wow. So, okay, what is a hackathon?
So that's a different type of event we run. The hackathon that we run, it's called Inventathon at HCC. We use that as a training for the pitch competition. So really, it's rapid prototyping. We talked about a problem. We've gone and researched a little bit about it. Now we want to build a solution or a product that for your idea. That's when we started this hackathon, it was a training session to the pitch competition, but then it started to evolve in its own, where now it's a standalone event, typically offered before our competition, the Idea Pitch Competition, but we're now being asked by our partners to offer one exclusive of a pitch competition to in the summers for high school kids and more. So it's evolving for us. So the hackathon is an event where we get together, we try to quickly make something, and it requires using very high-tech...
Is it a competition?
It does become a competition. It's a 2-day event. So on day 1, we get inspired, we learn a skill. On day 2, we present what we've created to a panel of judges. And then we give away prizes for the best ideas. It's not the big dollar amounts like the Idea Pitch Competition, but it's just to recognize what we've created over 15 hours, right? A very short time, and the students, love doing a pitch competition at the end.
But the name hackathon makes me think they were hacking into something. So did the name hackathon? How did the hackathon name come into play?
So really, it's a problem-solving event, right?
Wow.
We get together, we problem solve. The word hackathon comes because of the IT industry. Hackers are cool in the coding world because we hack it out. We hack out a solution.
Hack out the solution.
Yeah, and normally people think about hackathons, they think about criminals. And here what we're trying to do is we're trying to change that mindset and saying you're not criminals. You're like an ethical hacker where you're trying to really solve a problem And try to then commercialize it later.
Oh, I'm so glad you brought that up. So, Robert, please tell me, how did you meet Ravi, and how did this whole affiliation between you two come together? I really want to know.
Yeah, Ravi and I met actually kind of on accident at first. I signed up for the Ideas Pitch competition. I went to a meeting, and I think I went to the wrong place, the wrong campus. So I saw his info on the website, sent him an email. He said, come to my office. And I told him, like, hey, I'm kind of interested in winning some money. It was really about the money at first.
Hey,
and then he was like, and he heard my ideas and my concepts, and he was like, no, I think you have something here. I think you need to pursue this. And I was like, I don't really know. And then he basically gave me an uppercut in the stomach and basically said, no, I think you should pursue this. So I ended up actually doing the competition, winning the competition, and him and I's relationship is become more of a friendship more
You
than...
won the competition?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank
That
you.
is so wonderful. So tell me more about you. I know that you won the competition, but tell me about, I know you have a nonprofit. Can you tell me all about that? How did that get started, the name of it?
Of course. So I am the leader of something called Preoccupied, which came directly out of the competition. My idea was to help students with learning disabilities or ADHD.
Wonderful.
Students like me, so I just felt like there wasn't a lot of solutions. I feel like we were on a sprint just to medication, so I thought maybe if we actually coach and develop people, maybe we can bridge the gap to make you a bit better academically in performance and stuff like that. So originally it started like that, and then I started doing workshops, but it's kind of evolved to something way different. Instead of it being purely about ADHD, it's more about distractions and procrastination and why did you say I want to do this and you're not doing it. So it's really about like goal setting and helping people with their academic performance, but also work performance. So Preoccupied now is still a nonprofit, but I'm doing workshops, I'm doing coaching, I'm working with businesses, working with churches, I'm working with organizational strategy for people who are often distracted on the clock.
Wow, that's excellent. So what other collaborations are you two planning? Do you help him with the hackathon, or do you help him with the ideas pitch? I mean, what's going on with you two now?
So let me add a little bit, because he has turned that into sort of this, creating amazing videos on YouTube that really, push people to do stuff. So I think he is a content creator. So I would love to see, Robert step up his game and help me engage more community into these programs, engage more of the youth and the students.
Sure.
But that would be one that I know I'm looking at Robert, because his videos are just off the chart. I mean,
wow, that's so amazing.
Thank
you. Now that you have your nonprofit company, and how long have you had the company, and what are your plans, for the future?
It's been almost 2 years, actually. Wow. It kind of happened on accident. The first workshop I did, it kind of happened on accident as well. So I think now that it's bigger and we're doing inspirational videos to reach more people, I think future for me would be, I'd love to do like a Preoccupied conference in partnership with HCC. And I think we should get a couple thousand students together, have this huge event, have some motivational speakers, and have some great content that could easily relate to the student demographic now. I think oftentimes there's a separation between the current students and the current teachers, if you will. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Ravi, so much for being here. Robbie's going to come back for the third segment, but thank you, Robert, so much for coming on the show and telling us all about Preoccupied and what you do. So, as you can see, the Entrepreneurial Initiatives Department has so many unique areas under its department that reach students, communities, and entrepreneurs. This is just one of the many programs, and it is focused on our students. The Corporate College is in partnership with the Texas Workforce Commission. They provide funding opportunities through the Skills Development Fund and the Skills for Small Business program that can be used to train employees. This information can be found on our website at www.hccs.edu/smallbusiness. You should definitely check it out. We'll be right back.
HCC. So many locations. So little tuition. Register today at hccs.edu/now.
I've seen people's lives change just by attending a class at HCC.
Some of them might not have the financial means to go to a four-year university. That doesn't make them any less quote-unquote smart than the kids who go to a four-year school.
HCC is easy to get to. It's easy to apply and easy to become a part of.
It gave me so much confidence.
Once you finish your 2 years there, you can transition into a four-year university or go into the workforce.
It's affordable, it's accessible, it changes lives.
We have academic programs that help students get from high school into a university. And the data is very clear that students that take the path of a community college finish in far higher numbers than students that start straight into a university experience. Our students can achieve a baccalaureate degree in multiple fields from the universities in the area without ever leaving Houston Community College.
Welcome back, everyone. In this segment, we will be speaking to Ravi again and Mr. Bill Klingberg about how the department is leveraging community partnerships and opportunity workshops. Hello, Bill. Welcome back, Ravi. How are you today?
I'm fine. How are you?
So thank you so much for being here. Can you please tell our audience a little bit about yourself and how you became affiliated with Ravi, but tell us a little bit about your background first and who you are.
Sure. I was in business for about 45 years, doing mostly sales and marketing.
Wow.
And when I retired, I decided I wanted to work with SCORE. SCORE got started back in the 60s to help entrepreneurs get into business, or if they already were in business, to grow. And the partnership between HCC and SCORE was great because we are both interested in diversity and inclusion. It's a very diverse people in the city of Houston, and we want to make sure that everybody is included and offered the opportunity to start a business if that's what they want to do.
Wow, that's excellent. So when you came on board with HCC and SCORE, how did you meet Ravi and how did you begin this collaboration with Ravi in the Southwest campus?
Well, it began because we needed some places to hold workshops, and Ravi showed up and helped do it. So it wasn't that I necessarily went looking for Ravi, but he's been a great help because the entrepreneurship at HCC fits directly into what SCORE is doing.
That's
so
great.
we complement each other.
So in this segment, we talked about opportunity workshops and community partnerships. But before, I want to know, what exactly is the difference between a regular workshop and an opportunity workshop?
So, yeah, so there are really the couple of differences, but I just wanted to highlight one thing. The reason we use community partnerships is, as Maya mentioned earlier, our department was still very new. We don't have full staff. So we really leverage our community partners and volunteers to help get this going. So when we needed to offer workshops, business workshops, and not having one person run around the city, we started to really leverage the partnership with SCORE, asking them to come. So that's one type of workshop, is the business workshops. The SCORE now does 3 workshops a month across all of HCC because of an MOU with HCC and SCORE. And to organize them, Bill manages that.
And for our viewers, MOU?
MOU is Memorandum of Understanding between 2 partners. So
okay.
SCORE is nonprofit, it's a government-affiliated entity. HCC is a nonprofit, also a state-owned entity. And they're agreeing to support each other. So SCORE, it has been a tremendous partner for us to offer those business entrepreneurial workshops. The opportunity workshops, we label them slightly different because they're taught by our student entrepreneurs. So Robert is a student entrepreneur for our department, and now he's teaching people about video making, about storytelling, and et cetera. So these workshops tend to be more digital, and they're also open to the public. We host them with our partners, the HCC libraries. So it gives them a win, it gives us a win, and then SCORE is looking to diversify its clientele. We're helping them with space and also marketing. Helps them, helps us. So
Exactly.
truly trying to
partnership.
make it
Great partnership.
So what type of workshops have you done so far over at Southwest with Ravi? What have you done so far, and what do you plan on doing in the future?
We have a list of 75 or so different workshops, but some of the really good ones are business planning and tax issues for the small business owner, things like that.
All right.
I want to highlight one, the fashion to retail was very successful one at where we had, HCC fashion students.
Wow.
Almost 80 students
Wow.
showed up and
So we got to keep that one going,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
Fashion to
absolutely.
retail. What were you teaching the students about at fashion to retail
How to start the business and how to market it.
from a
And
fashion perspective?
yes, and also about vendors and suppliers, because and extra help, what to do with employees or 1099 employees. So just the whole gamut.
That's really good. And do you also do the starting and running your own business seminar over there as well?
We have not done that at HCC yet, but
At
Southwest.
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 Okay.
But we should.
Yes. And so what partnerships and what events do you have coming up that you would like to tell our audience about in case they would like to, participate in any of those workshops?
Yeah, so all that information's on our end is available on hccs.edu/smallbusiness, also /SW-entrepreneurship. We are planning, minimum one a month workshop at the different campuses. I encourage people to, if they're even slightest interest in learning about being an entrepreneur or starting a small business, starting a franchise, or even if you're already a business owner looking to think of creative ways of marketing your business, or you need funding, all these workshops are covered by, for either free if you're a veteran or a student of HCC, or a nominal cost of $10 to $15. Come attend these workshops, network, make friends, and also get something of value knowledge-wise.
Do you have the name of the next one coming up that you can give me right now and tell me a little bit about it?
I have the date. I don't have the topic.
The date. Oh, what's the date? Just so I can know, so we can look it up.
I believe it was May 22nd.
Okay. Well, I just want to know because I know all of our viewers out there are so interested in all of the different things that we do for business and students and entrepreneurs.
And if there are listeners that don't see topics on the website that they'd like to have education on, please make sure Ravi knows about it so that he and I can coordinate it and get it done.
Really? Okay. Well, I just want to say thank you, Ravi, for being with us, and also thank you, Bill, for being with us today. I want to thank all of our guests today, Maya, Robert, everyone that came on our show today. HCC's Entrepreneurial Initiatives Department is dedicated to helping entrepreneurs reach their goals, regardless of what phase you're in. Thank you all for watching Our Community, Our Money, The Entrepreneur in You. See you next time.